do I do? I think really what I do is like an endless pursuit of perfection. It's like not quantifiable, this thing, perfection, but it's elusive and you chase it. And so really I think that's like what I do, but underlying this chase, sort of the elusive perfection, is art, and it's in the medium of metal. It's trying to do the next car better than the last one, trying to execute doing each one of these mundane tasks better than the last time, and always trying to hang on to the passion. So this is the main shop floor at Murpho's. Are now at a point where it's really full. I think there's 32 cars in the works here today. Just over here to my right is going to be the paint and body prep area. In the booth today we got a 53 Cadillac convertible that's getting ready for some sealer. And I think we got 14 guys that are working on the floor right now. A little bit of everything out here. We got some resto mod stuff. We got several custom, several hot rods. My work is everything. My work is completely consumed me. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's always cars. You're not gonna get anything really more from me than cars. It's what I think, it's what I breathe, it's what I live, it's what I smell, it's what I smell like. And it just is like consumed my lifetime. The importance of it really, I think, comes down to the reward. And the reward really isn't something I quantify monetarily. The reward is seeing the cars and watching the cars go out into the world and seeing them talk and seeing how they're received by the masses, by the public, and whether or not, you know, people are gonna see or perceive them the way that I did or get what we're trying to do. That's really the juice for me in the whole thing. This is the kind of the assembly area. I've got a pretty sweet 28 SX and a Model A, and then we've got a chassis that's getting put together for a El Camino. We've got a nice old 42 Chevy truck that's getting ready to go home. Yeah, this Zephyr is a car that came in. It was a customer. He was doing 2 or 3 cars at the same time, and once this kind of started to get to where it was going to go custom, he kind of wasn't feeling like he was a custom guy, so we cut a little deal, and I'll be getting to work on this car, and I think it'll probably be the next one that I kind of finish for myself and be rolling around in. Hopefully it won't take 10 years, but it's pretty cool to have a car on the shop floor again. It's been a while. This is a 48 Oldsmobile, Danny Christmas from Los Cochinos. I painted this car. I get to paint every now and again, and so I'm pretty stoked to have gotten the booth and got a chance to squirt some syrup on something, so it was pretty cool. Plenty of stuff going on. This is our North 40. This is where they're hanging out and waiting to get their turn in hot rod heaven to come in and become something again. You know, I've been doing stuff with cars since probably about 14. It just started to hook me really, really young. Like a lot of guys my age, first was into muscle cars, and street racing really was the thing to go and you know, have like your Camaro be a race car. Also, like a lot of guys my age in the mid 80s was this upsurge of mini truck. And so I did a lot of mini truck stuff, which was really challenging in those days because there were no parts. And what we had to do was design and execute and kind of engineer stuff. In high school, I took all the classes, you know, the metal shop stuff and welding and all the auto stuff that I could. 53 years old at this point, so it's been a lifetime of cars. Way more artistic to me today than it was to do the performance stuff and go fast in the beginning. And now I like to roll in the art, you know, and I don't mind going slow and like just enjoying the drive and enjoying the car. And then we land over here in kind of the custom corner. Got several really cool cars going on. Got this 37 that we're doing. This belongs to Rich, our main fab guy here, and he is trying to build a little mini Zephyr, if you will, doing a 3-window conversion. This is El Matador. This is Roy Vargas' truck. And we've been working at this for a long time, but we've got a lot of traction with it right now. It's like coming along, really coming along, and hopefully this will be the year that it actually does get finished and go out, because it's been in the works for a long time. I'm working with some folks out there that know a lot more than me, and I'm always trying to surround myself with people that are more talented than me if I can, but metal has been something that's kind of consumed me in the last several years, where, you know, I'll come in and play on the hammer and do stuff just because I can't kind of get away from it now. Metal has become kind of the thing, and it's cool. Metal is a really, really fun thing. And I like the metal to be happy. In the end, I really like happy metal. So here's our metal shop over here. This is where I got all the cool Baileigh toys. This is our bandsaw, our Dual. It's been around for a long while. It works amazing. The thing is like so strong. It's a really good workhorse. And then I've got my sharp mill. I think it's probably 40s if I had to guess. Pretty good 40s or 50s. You can't not avoid this MH19. We've been getting into doing the Pool Max mode a lot lately too with it. We've been building some dies, and we just made the window reveals that go around the outside of the doors on the truck over there with it, with some tooling that we made. And that's been a lot of fun to get creative and make the dies and do that stuff. But I've been using this wheel for a long time, and it does great, but I think it's time to maybe go for the next version. So here's another big section of Baileigh stuff over here. My slip roll, finger brake. I got the big magnetic brake behind you over here, and then, you know, the big shear. So this is kind of my little Baileigh corner over here. My Baileigh Bio roller, and I also have a Baileigh planishing hammer over here. Baileigh shrink and stretch setup. My sanders are Baileigh. My small bandsaw is kind of the go-to for a lot of the little small stuff we do all the time, like whether it be like strap or plate or patch panel stuff to get going. Man, we've hammered on these things. We've been using these tools for a long while. And I got my little combo mill drill lathe over here, also Baileigh. It's great, it's great. We use it every day. I'm really fortunate. One of my guys here, Waylon, has a little bit of a machining background. He can kind of do about everything. So we all love our tools. I mean, I don't know what we'd be doing without our Baileigh stuff. I had to pick up my tool game a lot after I got to Texas, and the shop really started to take off and grow here. Gosh, I must have like 12, 13, 14 Baileigh tools. They're instrumental now in our process every day. Since Baileigh's been doing this, I've seen a huge kind of upsurge in the metal shaper community. I think that underlying kind of what Baileigh has done is created this kind of network. I think it's important to recognize the support that Baileigh brings to you. And when you're in and they run your stuff and they post your stuff, it's a big deal, and it comes back to you like tenfold. And for all of us, you know, whether it's somebody like me with a big shop or somebody at home or a small shop or what have you, like if you can get involved with them and have their support behind you, it's really a great resource or an asset that is out there for guys in this industry to go rely on and to take advantage of. And I would encourage, you know, anybody out there who's trying to get into this lane and this world and do this stuff, that they look at Baileigh as their go-to flagship company to work with. So this is a 51 Chevrolet that we just got. It came from Louisiana, and this guy's had this car for a while. I forget who he said originally did the build. He came and he said, you know, I want to build the baddest fleet line. I want to build the baddest show car that we could possibly do. So I've gotten a lot of leeway here in terms of artistic expression or freedom, however you want to say that. But we're gonna finish chopping it. We're gonna round a bunch of corners on the car. We're gonna two-door the car, and we're going to shave a bunch of stuff that's still on the car, the antenna and the gas tank door. We're gonna French the headlights, and we're going to just try and just make it super cool, really. This 50 Chevy Styline Deluxe that came in, it's full custom. We've finished doing the suspension on bags. It's like completely laid out to the frame and chopped it. We're working on a bunch of metal work inside the car, doing some cool stuff with the bead roller, building the box over the bridge and the cross member, and starting on floors. It's moving along really quickly. Super clean little car. I'm excited for this thing to get going. I have a 50 Chevy that I built in like 2002, so they're very kind of near and dear to me, and I know them pretty well. And this one's nice. Yeah. This is a nice car. It's well on its way to being something really cool. 53 Pontiac Chieftain that came in, and I chopped this car and put a 50 Murph back glass into it, and it's just getting ready to get its glass done and be out on the road. I worked at rattle canning until I could kind of emulate the patina. For me, I guess, ultimately, I would like my legacy to maybe be like my shop or the brand to maybe continue on after my day. And, you know, I'm fortunate now. I have one of my kids involved on a daily here. My daughter Taylor has taken a great interest in painting and in custom cars, and she's here doing that stuff, which means a lot to me. I enjoy my days a lot having her here and having her see what I do and what my world has become. And so I think ultimately that if there was some way for the name or the shop to continue, whether it's with her or my grandson or some other kids, what have you, where the guys in the shop maybe could do something to carry on, I think that would be the ultimate. That the legacy is through the work. I think the legacy is through the hard work and the hours, painstaking hours and decades and years and everything to do these things. I think that becomes the legacy, is the work that you leave behind.